It's the Vegas Toy SquadCast, starring Vegas Toy Squad.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 37 of the Vegas Toy Squad. Glad to see you. Wait, can I see you? No, I can't. Anyway, thanks for being here. My name is Rick.
I'm Frank.
I'm Rob. In the back, we have the voiceless.
Hi, it's Patti.
Oh, no, what happened?
She's feeling some allergy effects today, so
I have no voice.
she's not going to be chiming in too much today. She's going to be sort of quiet
We're
back
going to
there.
have to talk amongst ourselves.
But I am here.
Yes, she's back there lurking. And we have a very, very special guest tonight, Kaci. Yes. We have another very special guest.
We do, yes.
He's not that special.
He is our very first heckler, which makes him
Yeah, so that'll be awesome.
Great.
our first official heckler. Local artist and man about town, Tommy Vinci is here.
Thank you, nerd.
He's actually been mentioned on the SquadCast
Quite a few
Yeah.
times.
quite a
that's
few
funny.
times, so
Actually.
he does exist. It's
I'm
not like a
actually here
Sasquatch.
now, yes.
Sasquatch.
So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Welcome.
Yes.
I brought protection just in case. I didn't know what kind of stuff we were gonna get into, so
If you're just listening,
You never
it's
know.
a weapon.
it is.
It's a weapon.
It's
It could be,
It's an
it
automatic.
could be another kind of protection if you're just listening and you can't see the gun.
We're
Wow.
not being held hostage, but
It is a
could turn into that situation.
I'm just saying, there's some cool nerd stuff in here, and I might take it. It's fine.
Too
Love it.
funny. Oh my goodness. Well, not last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
We're bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, that's right.
Me too.
Um,
Sorry, go
wait,
on.
we'll just let that one lie. We had the folks from Critical Care in, so that was always good to have them.
Yes.
And they are one of the groups that cosplays here in town, along with some of the other. I tried researching some different cosplay groups here in town.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know all the Star Wars ones. There's the Saber Guild, the
Yes.
501st.
Mandalorian Mercs here.
Okay, I
Are
knew
they
you
here
would
in
know.
town?
I don't know. I thought you had a friend that was one, and
He's in the 501st.
oh, that's right. He's in the 501st.
Yeah.
The Society of Light
Ooh.
Saber Duelist from UNLV.
Okay. So lots of Star Wars groups.
Yeah,
mostly.
Neon City Garrison.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Okay.
I think, are they part of the 501st?
That
Or maybe
might
not.
be. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, they are
Yeah.
part of the 501st.
What's
Wow.
Lauren's group?
Oh yeah. What are they? They're another group. The Vegas Avengers, right? I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're another like critical care type. You know, they do charity work and all that stuff.
Very cool.
Nice.
So one of the reasons, among other things, which you'll find out throughout the podcast, but one of the reasons why we asked Kaci here is because of her affinity for cosplaying.
Yes.
And after talking to Critical Care, and their group has grown exponentially in the last year or so, and then it's just something that as we noticed as going to cons for the last few years that cosplay has really become kind of mainstream, whereas before it was like, don't tell anyone you cosplay, but
Yeah.
now it's like you want everyone to know you cosplay so you can
Yeah.
So you get more followers.
show off.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
the Instagram, and
It's not a secret society.
oh my
anymore.
gosh, they have their own tables at cons now, and their own merch, and people know who they are.
Yeah, I mean, Yaya Han has an entire line of patterns that you know to sew your
Yeah.
own costumes and stuff.
Oh wow.
Like that's huge. You know, that's huge. That's so mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is
it's-
that a fabric company? Is that a...
So Yaya Han is a very, very popular cosplayer. She's like
Oh,
one
okay.
of the OG, you know,
Yeah.
ones to get super famous.
Okay.
And so she, you know,
She
got together with
designs-
with a
Okay.
company, and there's actual, you know, things you can buy so that you can make your own cat suit or whatever, you know, and it's literally cosplay. She has a cosplay fabric line.
Wow.
So you can go and buy 4-way stretch, you know, vinyl.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
That is crazy.
News to me.
I met her, right?
No.
With you? We didn't meet her? Who did we meet that day?
I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I do not recall, sir.
You don't recall the girl?
I do not
we met?
recall.
You said she was huge.
Stick to the heckling, Tommy.
Nerds.
Facts are not your strong suit. No, but that kind of speaks to how crazy it's gotten, and how mainstream that you can go to Joann's and buy
Right.
literally something labeled cosplay fabric.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that they had a cosplay fabric.
I knew she used to sell her like costumes, like literally for like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for the most part, but I didn't know that she had her own. I mean, it makes sense that they have their own line, even their own materials now. Like, that's
I
amazing.
knew of her from the TV show. What TV? It was 3-4 years ago.
Oh yeah.
It was a cosplay TV
there's
show.
there's a cosplay.
Heroes of cosplay.
Oh,
Yes.
look at that.
Yeah.
Score
And
for
there's
the
a one
producer.
called Cosplay Culture, I think, on Amazon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
now. We
Yeah,
haven't
there's a-
watched it,
Right.
but we did watch a couple episodes of that one a few years ago, I think.
And then there was another one, King of the Nerds. She was also on.
Yes. King of Nerds. Yeah, I remember that one.
See, I'm not that way off base.
Why are we all nerds? Why does it have to be nerds?
Why? Because it's
What's
better
wrong
than
with
geek.
her?
No, it's not.
I had
Geek's
a-
good too.
I had a
All of them.
question.
Yes.
And maybe you'll know, maybe you won't.
Maybe I will. Just kidding.
What started cosplay? Was it Comic Cons? Is that where it started?
Rick.
I would venture a guess as to yes, but
I mean, it's just,
I was just, as we were just talking, I was just thinking, I wonder what's bigger, the cosplay in the comic book world or in the anime world, because
Right.
those anime cosplayers,
Oh,
they
they're-
take it to another level.
They're legit.
They're like,
I mean, I like with a nerd background history. Star Trek was really the first.
oh,
That was the first thing to really have a convention, and really have
People dressing up.
Yeah, like a fanfic, base and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, other than probably in other countries, anime being maybe the first thing.
I'm going to use some of my knowledge of cosplay.
Oh, thanks.
whoa.
The term was coined in Japan in 1984.
Oh, so there we
It
go.
was inspired by and grew out of a practice of fan costuming at science fiction conventions, beginning with Morojo's futuristic costumes, created for the first World Science Fiction Convention in New York City in 1939.
What?
Oh,
How's that?
1939.
Wow.
all right.
Wow.
But
Will
yeah,
you be here every week, Tom?
Laying down some knowledge.
I'm so smart. So smart. That's new for you. But yeah, I mean, so obviously, yeah, Japan makes a lot of sense because they're amazing with their stuff
Yeah.
and what they do, and it's
Just-
a whole nother level.
Just look at the Godzilla movies.
Oh.
It's a whole franchise based on cosplay.
I met the mayor of Kabukicho in Japan, and it's Godzilla. He's a giant Godzilla on the top of a building,
Oh, wow.
and every once in a while he screams and breathes fire, quote unquote. And yeah, they call him. He's an official citizen
Wow.
of Tokyo. Yep,
That's crazy.
Godzilla.
there's something new. That's why we do the show.
And then I was thinking of what you guys like. What's the movie? The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
Oh, yeah.
cosplayers with that.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, when you
true.
go see the movie and everything. So
I think I think cosplay's now like kind of become an umbrella for those kind of things. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you would have called that cosplay back then. It was
Right.
just like weirdos who dressed up.
Yeah.
You know? And so now it's kind of nice because now we're just all weirdos who dress up.
There's a label for it.
Exactly.
yes, now there's a label, so everyone's okay with
We're
it.
good. Yeah.
I was going to say it's kind of like maybe even masquerade balls were sort
Yeah.
of an early form of cosplay
For sure.
because you dressed up as somebody.
That might be reaching.
Well, like historical figures and
Just throwing it out
Gods and-
there.
whatnot. I mean, that was the comics. I mean, gods were the comics of like the stories of yours. So I mean, of course, they're gonna dress up like the gods and stuff like the masquerade parties.
Yeah.
Patty's not far off.
I think that's legit. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds sound to me.
Could be.
Thank you.
This is getting more educational than
I
we
know.
probably-
Yeah, there's a lot
More
of history and stuff.
educational than anticipated, but you know,
Sorry, I didn't mean to make
No,
it
it's all right.
intelligent discourse.
we're on this journey
We
together.
like to
it's
stay
fine.
down at a certain
Okay, cool.
level.
Cool. More
You realize we're
burping.
playing knowledge tennis here.
Yeah.
More burping, less history.
Yeah,
So,
burping less history.
as you get ready for your next burp, what started you down the path of cosplaying and personally?
So I mean, I've always been a fan of like all kinds of quote unquote nerdy stuff. And I'm also a performer, so I love dressing up. Like costumes are my thing. Halloween's my favorite holiday. It was from being a kid. My mom made my costumes every year. So like waiting for Halloween was just such a big deal for me. I was like, I can't wait to dress up, you know? And then as I got older, I realized, hey, I can dress up whenever I want. And that was awesome. That was like an awesome thing to realize. I'm like, wait, I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. I can just dress up and it's not Halloween. So that was really kind of what got me into it, is just being able to do that and be creative and be characters that I like. I was actually, today, Winter Soldier was on TV and that was my first official cosplay. Was Natasha Romanoff from that movie, because I literally just had shoulder length red hair and I had a brown bomber jacket that looked just like hers, and I put it on and whatever, and I walked to con and people were like, Natasha, hey, Black Widow, and I was like, oh, this was so easy. You know, I'm like, so I just have to have red hair and wear something relatively like her, and I'm in, like today, I'm like, you guys can't see, but got my shield badge, you know, I got my shield shirt, I'm kind of casual nat, maybe doing some shield paperwork, you know, I've got my gun just in case.
Before she joined the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm low level
That's
shield
right,
agent
yeah.
right now.
Would that's Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Would they call that Marvel bounding?
Marvel. I mean,
Right?
technically it is Disney bounding. Cause,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Disney bounding.
She just said the D word.
I'm a dad, so I know that word.
D word.
You guys introduced me to that word. Is that where you like kind of just dress in the colors
It's
of
the
the
essence
character?
of the character.
It's like everyday
We're in a
clothing,
dark crystal, the essence.
but done up. Yes, done up to look like a Disney character.
It's-
The girls and I have done it a lot. We love it.
It stemmed out of the fact that adults can't dress up at Disney.
Oh, right, yeah.
So
yeah.
there was a way to get around that, to be like, oh, I can dress as them, but not
But
get kicked
not
out.
be them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Covertly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
friends of ours. She's a costume designer, and her and her husband Disney bound like crazy, and she does amazing stuff. And
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super cool to see, and that's another, you know, that's a creative thing to like, how can I represent this character, you know, enough that people are going to get it, but still be kind of under the radar.
Is it a branch of cosplay or an offshoot or subgenre of cosplay or
look at
not?
that.
Yeah,
Not
you know,
really.
I'm not sure.
I mean, nothing you say here is legally binding, so you know you may
Someone
get
calls me,
complaints in
like,
the comments,
excuse
but
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. That would be something I'd be curious to know, is if, you know, Disney bounders consider themselves cosplayers, or if they're just kind of like a casual, you know, casual fan. I don't know. But I think, you know, it's that is a thing that happens a lot in the cosplay community too, unfortunately, because there's always going to be like a toxic part of a fandom. You know, it's like, okay, what constitutes a real cosplayer? You know, the fact that, you know, I just threw on this t-shirt and this badge and I have red hair, like, oh, well, that's kind of lazy. It's like, okay, but I'm still doing it and I'm still, you know, trying and making an effort, you know,
Right.
and just because you're not building like a gigantic, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, what are those, the Jaeger,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like a huge suit out of Warblend stuff.
Those big mech suits and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
like that doesn't mean that you're more or less of a cosplayer. You're just, everyone's doing it in their own way, and to their, you know, to their own means. Like, not everyone can afford
Sure,
to do
yeah.
that.
Right,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Like, they put a lot of money into it.
yeah.
I mean, technically, I could say I'm Bruce Wayne. I'm cosplaying right now.
There you go. You're undercover.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
you're more Matches Malone.
Matches with the.
Yeah, that's one of Bruce's other aliases. Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you went deep.
You went deep, yeah, that's deep nerd.
You lost us all with that one.
I
Even
know,
I
Frank.
was like, hold on, get my
Yeah, even
mask.
Frank didn't know. You just need a matchstick right there.
You're just like nodding.
Turn on my
You'll be
scuba
all
tank. I'm going in.
Just all nodding. Like, uh-huh. Sure, Rick.
No, I remembered. I was like, wait a second. I haven't heard that in
Yeah, matches. Yeah.
All right,
a long
props.
time.
So that's kind of something I was going to ask about, you know, and you sort of alluded to that, like, not that you want to kind of call out the community, but obviously there are going to be levels of you know, or hierarchies in the cosplay
Right.
world where there are the people who can afford it or who just go all out, even from scrap things and make amazing things, and are, you know, maybe judgmental of the people. I mean, is there that kind of competitiveness?
You know, I don't think so. I think anyone who's at that level is really more supportive, you know, and like I said, like Yaya Han came out with this line, like she wants people to create and do things, you know, so I think that people at that level are more trying to get more people into it, you know, to do it at their level of, you know, whatever it is, money or you know, talent. Like I said, it's you know, every fandom has toxic stuff. But I don't think that is not the main part of the cosplay world. I think the cosplay world is mostly super supportive. Like I'm in a group on Facebook that's a Black Widow cosplayers group, you know,
Oh, okay.
and we all trade like, oh, hey, where did you get your whatever, you know, your gloves, or where did you get those guns, or and everyone should, you know, because it's not like, oh, well, I'm going to keep these all to myself,
Right.
like where I got this
I'm gonna
cool
be the
suit.
best Black Widow in town.
Right, yeah, it's like, I'm going to keep it. No, like everyone shares and they go, oh, I bought this suit from this website and this is how it fits. And, you know, so I think in general, it's a super supportive community. And, you know, you're always going to get your your little poopers, but that's in everything. But otherwise, they're great, and everyone I've ever met is super awesome and friendly, and it's fun. It's fun to go to cons and dress up, and when you hear your quote unquote name called, it's always great. Like you hear Natasha or whatever, and it's fun to be like, oh, they got it. They know who I am. You're kind of playing
People
a character.
want to pose for pictures.
Oh yeah. You gotta be ready. You can't dress up if you don't want to take pictures of people. And of course that's a whole nother thing. Getting into like cosplay is not consent. But
Right.
We have some stories about that.
In general, when I dress up, I'm like, all right, I'm dressing up, so people are gonna want to take pictures, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you expect.
And honestly, if I don't, then I just don't dress up. I'm like, you know what?
Right.
Today I'm gonna I don't want to wear makeup. I'm just gonna wear an Avengers t-shirt and
call it good.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm like, oh, I better look good because I'm gonna be in pictures, with everybody. So.
Mm-hmm.
Patty did Elvira a couple of years ago. And
dear.
that was her first foray into cosplay, really, right?
Besides
I mean,
Leia.
yeah, yeah. But she kind of went all out with Elvira, and people wanted to pose for pictures with her.
Heck yeah.
Mostly older men.
Mostly older men. And usually they were blushing, which Rick knew.
And I said, we have to watch, because if their cheeks are too red, then you have to say no. They can't.
I had a great.
I was being security. I was
Yes,
watching
That
out
is too
for
funny.
her.
I had bodyguards.
Liable to stroke out on you,
You just don't want. I had one of those paint strips with the different hues of red.
You're like,
Nope, sorry, pal.
No, you're in the stroke. You're in the stroke zone, sir. Move on.
Easy with that.
most people are super, super awesome about it. I'll have guys who are like, can I put my arm around you? I'm like, yeah, if you ask, you absolutely can. Like, thank you. Like, I appreciate it. That's cool. Especially when you're wearing, like, next to nothing. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's like...
So that's a service you could do for people, for all of our many tens of viewers out there who are
all
watching.
12 of you, yes.
How to, appropriately interact with a cosplayer.
Oh, yeah.
If you see somebody at a con, you want to talk to them, they shouldn't be afraid to approach you or anyone.
No, yeah, don't be afraid at all. Please come talk to us. We're dressed up because we love whatever we're doing and whoever we're representing, and we want to talk about them, and we're just as big a fan as you are. And yeah, just come up, just ask, usually ask to take a photo. I mean, I've done it too. I've like taken a quick photo of someone walking by because I'm like, oh my God, that costume's awesome. But most of the time you go, hey, can I take a photo? Because sometimes we're like stuffing a sandwich in our face, and it's like, no, I don't want to be Black Widow with like mayo and mustard all over me. But it's like, and like I said, that's another really nice level of like consent to say, hey, can I put my arm around you? Or like ask if you want to ask for a pose. Like if you're dressed as Bucky, hey, can I punch at you? And whatever.
Right.
Frank's good at that.
Yeah.
Punch
Yeah.
it?
Punching at people.
Hitting punch by
he
cosplayers.
either wants to be
I like it.
punched.
Like I have Batman holding me like this.
He's done a couple force chokes where he's jumped up and...
Wow. I feel like this is a bit of a kink at this point.
It's just
He has a photo fetish for sure. Yeah.
All right.
maybe.
But yeah, just we're just people.
I mean, have you ever been punched by Santa Claus? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
No.
Distinct honor here.
Yeah, it was a funny story. It was down on Fremont Street, and there was an awesome looking Santa Claus. I'm like, dude, this is November. I'm like all dressed up because it was like 30 degrees out, and so I'm like, hey man, can I get a picture of you punching me in the stomach? He goes, I can't do that. Yeah. They got this picture of him socking me in the stomach, and I was like,
great.
That was a good picture.
I made the naughty list this year, so certain things. I mean, when you see a Batman, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, heck
I do
yeah.
not look like I should be on the streets. Yeah, Batman's cleaning it up.
That's fun.
That's right.
No, I love that.
Cleaning up the riff
Cleaning up the riffraff. And I'm one of them. Like,
I love it.
taking out the trash.
well,
You had your share of photos taken of you, too, when you did Tony Stark from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
We were at the Las Vegas Comic Con. And,
That's right.
that was the year I did Red Hood, and
Yeah.
you did Tony Stark, and it was like he came right off the movie.
That's awesome.
He had the flannel. Well, you explain it. It's your
yeah.
costume.
Well, I mean, basically, Tony Stark is in disguise trying to hide who he is, and
Right.
so it was a little easier to like dress down. But then I put the I also obviously had the arc underneath my shirt where you could see it shining through, and I made sure that was accurate and everything. And then I did my beard and colored that and put a hat on so nobody could see, like.
Nice.
And then actually a Black Widow character goes, "Hey Tony, you want to take a picture of me real quick?"
What was the piece of?
Oh yeah, I had the. That's right. I even had the watch that was from the movie. It was.
The one that he borrows from the
what was
kid,
it?
right?
It wasn't
Hello
Dora the
Kitty.
Explorer. She's gonna kill me right now. Yeah, it's Hello Kitty.
Yeah,
It's
Hello
like my
Kitty.
wife's favorite movie. She's watched it more times than I care to admit.
Iron Man 3.
I've seen it. Yes.
I was an extra in that movie.
What?
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Him and I were extras.
Where?
In that movie.
All right, yeah.
What part?
Where can we pause?
So
to
you can see him. You can't see me. I swear
I
I was
have the
there.
picture. I'll show you later.
Yeah. It was in the scene. It's in the scene outside of Grauman's when the guy explodes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
right there at the Chinese theater.
Yeah, we got to run away from these big old cannons.
That's incredible.
It's crazy.
It was freaking cool, man. And like just to be on set, I met Louis Desposito. It's Louis, right? Louis?
Yeah, Louis.
Desposito. You know, the co-owner of Marvel or whatever. And yeah, it was super fun. Like we didn't know what was going on. They didn't.
You
tell
just
us.
happened to be there, and
Yeah, they didn't tell us what was happening in the scene. It was just like, okay, you're gonna run. These cannons are gonna go off. And that's it. And we're like, okay. And then we saw the movie. We're like, oh, cool. This dude exploded and stuff. And actually, if you look, like, if you search for my name on Google, you know, all these things come up. But I'm on a Marvel wiki page because I listed
awesome.
that I was an extra in that movie. So I'm on a Marvel wiki page. So I'm like,
Sweet.
We
Goals.
actually have a member of the MCU for a very first time.
no, thank you.
If you watch the film,
You can get autographs. Yeah.
if you slow roll through the explosion and you look at the shops right next to the Chinese theater, you can see us running.
Yeah. I wore like what did I wear? A purple coat.
Yeah.
And just for my own little like thing, I wore a Loki necklace underneath my jacket because I was like
sneaky.
just a little sneaky, just a little Loki on set. So
We must have run for an hour that night.
it was great. It was so worth it.
It was
Yeah,
exciting.
I would have done it.
Hell yeah.
No, there's no way I
Yeah,
would've
like
turned
working
that
on a
down.
Marvel movie, dude. That was a dream.
that's
That was
pretty cool.
awesome. Yeah, it was super fun.
You've done a little bit of that, right? Some extra work. Isn't that something?
Yeah. It's super fun. I also worked with a casting guy for a while. That's actually why I did that. But I worked on Ted 2, which was super fun because it was actually for the Comic-Con scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the cosplay scene?
Yeah, it was the Comic-Con scene, which we shot out in LA. And that was so fun. You know, everyone's in costume. They had the big fight scene.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude. It was amazing. Like, just people in all these costumes, like, kicking the crap out of
Did
each
you
other.
get to see Flash?
Yeah, oh yeah. I met him on set. He's a sweet dude. I've seen him since then and been like, oh, hey, you know, remember me? And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Super nice guy. And, oh, God, Patrick Warburton dressed up as the Tick.
Yeah, yeah, he looked awesome.
Like in line to get food at lunch was really
I
that
mean,
was
come
the
on.
whole thing.
He was the Tick. I mean,
Yeah,
how amazing
He was
is that?
amazing. He's just like in line getting food at lunch with his
Exception
ticket.
within a
You're
movie.
probably not allowed to get a photo on in that situation. Are
I
you?
mean, like if you want to be kind of gauche, but
Yeah.
no. But I was like, I wanted to be a
That's when I
professional and
would've
not
had
get
to
fired.
Yeah.
So
Tell them
I
about
did.
Wahlberg. Tell them
What?
about Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you know, Mark Wahlberg is obviously like the star of the movie.
I
And
thought it was the bear.
it was who I also met. He checked me out. It was kind of weird. I walked by. I was like, "Hey, Ted," and he like, it's a bear, and he's on kind of like sticks and stuff, so he can move. And the little bear went like, I was like, "All right, thanks, buddy." Oh yeah, it was crazy. But so yeah, I was. I don't know what I was doing. It's a lot of working behind the scenes and wrangling.
Yeah.
We had like 300 extras. And then some of them were in like full makeup.
Yeah.
The makeup designer on that, is awesome dude. And he's won a ton of awards for special effects makeup. He does like all of Tarantino's movies. So there was a lot going on and a lot to, So I wasn't really like hanging out and I wasn't like starstruck. I was like, I'm working. So I was sitting, outside on the phone with my boss and like trying to get something figured out, whatever the heck it was. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And like Mark Wahlberg's walking by and I'm like, I look up and I see him and he's like, hey, how are you? And I was like, good. So anyway, I was like, thank you for saying hello to the lowly like casting person, but I got shit to do. So. But so it was like that was it. I was like, yeah, hey, what's up? Anyway, so I have work to do.
Mark, if you're listening,
Mark.
let us know if you remember that.
Like, yeah, that redhead, the Captain America jacket.
blew me off.
She blew me off. How dare she?
Say hello to your mother for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I wanted to. Oh, it was in my head. Trust me. I was like, oh, but I didn't do it. I wanted to keep my job. But yeah, that was super fun. It's a super fun thing to do and just like be involved. And of course, it was a Comic-Con scene, so it was super cool. I'm in that too. At one point, I don't remember. The second AD was like, "Kaci, get in there." I was like, "Okay." So like you see the side of my body at one point, like I was like, "Oh, that's me." That's my arm. There it is.
I met the Flash once. Flash going there.
Oh,
Yeah, the Toy-Con.
you were. Oh yeah, ToyCon. You were like so excited about that.
I was.
He's such a nice dude.
He's such a nice guy that I've heard, and then I see him over there. And I'm like, "Hey, Flash." He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then I went to go get my. I went to go get something, and I came back, and he's over there talking to Punch from Chips, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
You're like, what is
You
happening?
guys are over here talking like they're buddies. I'm like, I want to take this picture, but I also don't want to spend $30 for
There's that.
or $50 for
Here,
both of them.
He actually, so like in that fight scene, he goes through a table. He did it.
I believe it.
You
Like,
talking about Sam Jones?
Yeah, Sam Jones.
Okay.
yeah, he's in that fight. He did it, man. Like he went through that table, and when he was done, the whole place like applauded. It was crazy. I was like, heck yeah, dude.
Remember when we saw him at the first Toy Con we went to?
Mm-hmm.
She went up and said hi because he goes, "Oh, you were on the movie. You worked on the film." And he said, "Yeah." And he goes, she said, "Oh, you were great in that scene." He goes, "You know what? Son of a bitch." He goes, "My shoulder was killing me."
Yeah, I bet. Like you went through a table, dude. Like yeah.
That was more real than WWE.
What a boss. Yeah, he was a boss.
Good for him.
Yeah. Heck yeah,
funny.
Flash Gordon. Big fan. Big fan.
Oh yeah, great movie.
Really?
It's
I
great
am.
for what it is. And that-
Classic.
Flash.
Classic.
Oh.
I watch that movie every time I see it on
Do
TV.
you?
Unfortunately,
I'll have to
you
watch
can't
it.
not
Save every
watch
one
the
of us.
Flash.
It's
I know.
just
It's like the He-Man movie.
Oh.
It's terrible,
still
but it's
watch it.
great.
movie
I
is
never
horrible,
like
yeah.
the live action one.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
It's-
you have to
yeah.
watch it.
No, I lived on She-Ra, like the cartoon movie when I was a kid, but I've never seen that.
And
It's-
I was just so stuck on the Flash Gordon cartoon, and that was so far away from the cartoon.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
just
it was
like,
disappointing.
There's no Lion Man in it.
Dude, that was it. That's all you wanted.
That's all I wanted as a
Rich
little
stuck on
kid.
cat people.
I do, yeah. Thundercats. I am stuck on cat people.
Thundercats.
Yeah. That's funny. You look like you were going to say something.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like that's just my face.
That's his regular face. He's got resting talk face.
Oh. Rusty, wait.
He's just sitting there like that. Do you want to say something? Like, nope, I'm just chilling.
No, I'm just doing it. Oh.
I knew I had
That's funny.
a couple of different resting faces, but
Not
now
that
I
one.
know. I
They got resting talk face too.
Right on.
My bad.
That's funny.
No.
How did you pick Black Widow as? I know you said because you had the jacket and stuff, but how do you choose a character that you feel that you can embody and bring to life at cons? Like, what is that?
For that one, it was honestly just ease because I was like, red hair, done.
Oh.
So like, if she's redhead, I'm probably gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
Like I do Little Mermaid, Ariel,
Yeah.
which is always fun. But since then I've progressed into actually doing characters that I want to do, which I freaking love Black Widow, so that's another. But like I did a pinup Cap, pinup Captain America. And I'm actually slowly working on a pinup Kylo Ren. So I'm excited about that one. So just, I don't know, I try to choose people who I either like or,
Wait, so you like Kylo?
I don't particularly like Kylo Ren.
Okay, all right, just checking.
He's kind of a
Like his
bitch.
costume.
Yeah, I just
His
kind of like
costume is kind of
his costume's
like,
awesome. And then I've had a Holtzman in like working on that for a couple of years now.
Wait, a what?
Holtzman, from Ghostbusters, the female.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I have the goggles and everything because I just love her as a character. So yeah, it's
Wait,
pretty
which
much
one? From the new Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
Female
Okay, that's
Ghostbusters.
right. That's right. Okay.
Kate McKinnon's
I
character.
was like, wait a minute, that's not Annie Potts. I was thinking
No, the new
Ghostbusters. What do you want? That's what I was thinking.
Not
What do you
Janine.
want?
Yeah.
Janine Melman.
But yeah, so I guess I just pick people I either like or I think that it's going to be a fun thing to wear, you know. It's definitely not comfort, that's for sure.
No, yeah.
Because I'm not like, you know what I want to do? I want to sit for 10 hours in a corset and fishnets. That really sounds like
That sounds like a Black Canary costume right there.
It's
Also,
uncomfortable.
that's a super easy one too.
You get a wedgie like you wouldn't believe. It's awful. Absolutely awful.
Like whenever I've done it once.
You're not wearing it right.
And it's just, I don't know. I find it so hard to figure out. Like
You've done what once? Cosplay?
cosplay,
Oh.
yes. And
I thought you were
Wear
talking
your
about
corset and
fishnets.
fishnets.
No,
Yeah.
no, cosplay.
Strings go in the back.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you're doing and how like maybe familiar you are with.
Right.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like, because I've gotten to the point, I started out with a super easy Black Widow, and then I wear the full suit and the guns and all that stuff. But then you can do something like just with the shirt and the shield, and people still recognize
We'll
it.
know what it is.
Yeah. So
I always thought maybe a retired G.I. Joe for myself.
I love
that
it.
would work.
Just a team of them would be amazing. Like,
I know,
Yeah.
like with
an old
walkers
shipwreck,
and
just
stuff.
like, oh, like
maybe
an
like
old
there's maybe their outfit
That'd be
doesn't
the
quite
best.
fit.
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
they're trying to fit into their old GI Joe clothes. Let's get on the belly.
I mean, does Snake Eyes still wear his outfit? Like,
I don't know.
is he even like hiding his face anymore? He's like,
Yeah.
It's like I don't care anymore. But that's it too.
with the
It gets
scar.
really fun and creative, like a pinup Kylo Ren. Like why? Because
Yeah,
I can,
why?
Or I did I did a pinup Ginny Weasley a long time ago, and I had a garter, a garter around my leg, and that's where I kept my wand.
Oh, nice.
So just little cute things like that. Calm down.
I wasn't going to ask where you kept the wand, but
So just you come up with
Easy.
fun little creative things like that, and it's just kind of snowballs. I think.
Yeah. We wanted to do. We talked about being Martha Wayne's pearls.
Dude,
Yes.
we have literally talked about this.
Like,
he
This
has one
same,
giant group.
and then every Batman or Joker you
Yes.
see, you
You
just
just-
fall
you
apart.
just
fall
You just
apart.
spread
That's
out.
what I said, as soon as you
Just
come into
spread
the
out.
town,
fall on the ground.
you just saw, or we have somebody with a giant hand
Oh yeah,
come in.
yep. Dude, we have literally spoken
Yeah.
about this so many
It's
times.
like that would
Every
be
time
great.
we're at a con.
Every
There's
time, we're
another
like,
Batman. Oh, he could have been the pearls.
Yep.
Yep.
I was like, that'd be easy. We could just all be one of the pearls. What
Yeah.
are
I'm
you
just gonna start bringing a
One of the
bag
pearls.
of pearls.
You just drop them on the
Just drop
floor.
them,
Drop
yeah.
All right,
Oh,
that's it.
Batman.
Next con, we're doing it. Okay.
If they gotta be big enough, because if you drop small ones, it tripping
Yeah.
hazard.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
just be them, and then but you have to fall on the floor. Like that's it. And
Yeah,
just
you have
scatter.
to, yep.
Amazing. Yeah.
But in slow motion.
Yes, that too. Like one has to kind of bounce.
That's
When
when cosplay has gone too far, when you start cosplaying props.
inanimate objects. Yeah.
But has it? But has it?
I don't know.
Come on.
No, I'm there. I am there.
I mean, technically, a tauntaun would be a prop if I'm walking around.
Did you
It's a
see?
prop.
I've seen pictures of people who have done the inside, like
Really?
they've done a tauntaun with the stuff coming out, and they're like laying out of it. Like,
Oh no.
Yes.
Love
walking
that.
around the convention.
yes,
Yeah.
or they lay on
Hanging
the
out
floor.
of a-
They lay on the floor. You know,
Yeah.
like
Like
Where's
a
the kid?
photo.
Oh, it's a don.
It's a don.
there's no bad on the outside.
I love it. That's the kind of like that.
So like they went all the way with the smell and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were committed.
Oh yeah.
But that's like cool. I love like even that sounds crazy, but like like I want to do Holtzman, and there's a scene in Ghostbusters where she's dancing to Rhythm of the Night, so I want to have that playing like in my pocket
Oh,
as
yeah.
I'm walking
As
around,
yeah,
So if people like want a picture or video, I can like dance like she
Yeah.
did to it, and that's fun. It's just like an extra level that people are gonna remember. Be like, oh,
Like-
that was cool.
Those Transformers we saw at the last Toy Con. They were on stilts.
Oh yeah,
With the
dudes. Yeah.
my gosh,
that
with
was
their horn.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we know you're here, Megatron.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Gotcha, pal.
But yeah, those costumes. They
That
were
was hella
amazing. But yeah, just
then their female counterparts that were not a part of their costume.
oh yeah, they were just painted.
They were just
Oh,
painted ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were painted.
Is that cosplay?
That is not for me to judge or
I
say.
don't know.
All right, we don't want to get too comfortable.
We don't wanna
know
be
if
too
we could say
judgy.
that.
That
Yeah.
is not for
No,
me
I'm
to
just
judge or
wondering,
say. It's
like,
art
you know.
for sure. It is definitely
That could be
art.
another subgenre. Like, what was the Disney thing? Bounding.
Bound.
Disney mounting.
Disney
Yeah.
bounding.
Disney bounding.
Disney
Like it's no
bounding,
less
yeah.
cosplay than dressing up as pinup Kylo and
There
being
you
like,
go.
I'm in my underwear, but I'm Kylo Ren. Like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever you say.
Hey, if he
Friend.
could be shirtless, then I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Can he be topless? Then yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, okay,
wait
I
a
did
second.
see
There
some
is
awesome-
a line, I'm sure, at the cons.
There is, but I did see some awesome shirtless Kylo Ren cosplays online after that.
Oh, really?
Like, girls would wear, like, a big square, like, cardboard
Oh, really?
on top
Oh,
of their body with the pants really high.
The pants pulled all the
Walking
way.
around like this. I was like, yes. Amazing.
I like it.
That is funny. That is funny.
We know the artist that did the painting.
Yeah, that does the
ladies at
painting.
The
That's
last
what I said.
Comic-Con. Yeah, it's a lot of work, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's impressive. It's just...
Oh, I would sweat so much.
Yeah, what time
Yeah.
we were there late, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, and they were working since 8 that morning, and he painted, 4 of them that day.
I do
I'm
not
like,
have that kind of
wow.
patience.
Yeah.
Because I think, wasn't one X-Men, wasn't one Jean Grey?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did an
That was the
Yeah.
one
last
year.
Comic-Con, yeah.
And there was a lot of detail. Like,
Yeah.
she had a lot of black lines, and there's a lot. That's crazy.
Like, even the scaling on it. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the X-Men...
I'd be like, I'm gonna
sometimes
sleep,
stitching
and you guys can
scales.
paint me while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
'cause-
I can't
That's a
imagine
lot.
standing there for.
Yeah. I'm too old for that.
That's funny.
Asking for a friend.
Okay.
What if somebody wanted to play a character, say like Boba Fett, but
Mm-hmm.
they felt they were too short?
A little short for a
A
stormtrooper.
little short for a Mandalorian.
I mean, you know, should somebody worry about it if they don't have the stature, if they
No.
don't have the, you know?
No,
Because she keeps
absolutely
telling me,
not.
buy a Boba Fett costume. I'm like, first of all, you can't afford the kind of Boba Fett costume
that you are.
I
yeah.
would want to buy.
No,
Nerd.
dude, absolutely.
Yeah, but look at him
But
standing
second of
next to
all-
Vader. He's like this big next to Vader. Anyway.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you get a Vader.
You find a short Vader, you're going to look perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's true.
See?
I
Will
feel
you be my short Vader?
I don't know I'm tall enough to
You'll be my Porkins.
I can be your
See me
Porkins.
cosplay Porkins.
I'll be your
I feel the
Last-
same way though, Rob, because
podcast.
That's right.
there's so many, and it's like I can't be a superhero. I
Oh,
can't,
everyone's a
and it's
superhero.
like,
That's right.
No, that's the point of cosplay. That's the whole point of it, is that you get to be whoever you want.
oh, so then someone can take a picture of me and go, oh look, there's Fat Batman.
I think at that point, you just be fat.
Hashtag Fat Man.
Fat man, hashtag
Oh my
fat man.
god, no.
Thanks.
I wonder what it's in his utility belt.
Exactly.
That's not a utility belt,
It's
it's
a
a
hoagie.
It's
lunchbox.
a hoagie.
Oh,
Hoagie in your pocket. You was happy to see me, Batman.
that makes me sad.
Little boss.
Sad. No, not
I'll
at
just
all.
buy the toys and walk around with a backpack.
No, you should absolutely dress as Batman, and you should absolutely be Boba Fett. I think everybody should, that's the point of cosplay, is that it's for everyone, and it's to be, it's just like anything. It's just like when you go to a Broadway show, and, it's like, okay, I know that person isn't actually whoever they're saying they are. I know that that's Jean Valjean. He's not actually a French guy who stole a loaf of bread. It's just an actor, but
Yeah.
we're watching it and we're involved in it. So if someone sees you in that costume, then you're Boba Fett, Someone sees me dressed as Natasha, I'm Natasha, even though I probably outweigh her by a good 90 pounds. That girl is skinny. But it's not the point,
Yeah.
It's about enjoying it and having fun, and everyone's going to have fun with you if you're just like, if you're having fun,
I know it's about having fun, but I just thought of a funny fat Boba Fett costume name.
And you know what? And if you want to do that too,
The Boba
that's
Fett.
cool. Boba Fett.
Boba's Fett.
Like, you can do that
Or
too.
Boba Fett.
That's just like, that's just what I was talking about with the funny, like, cute things
Yeah.
you can do with it, If you want to do that, if you want to embrace
Like
it,
it.
do it.
That's
Yeah.
why I feel I'm safe if I'm a pearl.
Just a giant
Just a giant
beach ball.
Just a giant Martha Wayne
Who's the
pearl.
comic book nerd on the panel? Is it going to be you?
I think,
It's
yeah.
more so-
Two of
more so-
them.
Wasn't there a Marvel comic back in the day of like this, or a DC comic? I don't remember who it was, but it was a bunch of the superheroes, and they were all like out of shape. I mean, Batman was like flubbing over his
I
utility
think so,
belt.
yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
I
that you
can't,
mention
for the
that.
life of
Boom.
me, I
So see,
can't-
you'd be
I'll have to
accurate.
look,
find
yeah.
it. Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah.
accurate. But no, that's.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, that's
all-
why I felt, the retired G.I. Joe's was a good one.
That's funny. Yeah.
Great.
It's
Oh,
funny. But
Cobra's
don't.
back.
Don't feel like-
Let someone else take that.
But don't feel like you have to do that. You know what I mean? If you want to be a damn G.I. Joe, you do that. You'd be the best damn G.I. Joe. Because you can be, and it's all about body positivity and having a good time.
Yeah, that's fun. I had fun when I was Red Hood. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
You
I
and
like
Nick went.
Mm-hmm. Nick was Nightwing. And
That's
that was,
right.
yeah.
Next year, Arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. You got the
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
That
GA
was a
leather
great
jacket.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gorgeous jacket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut the beard pointy and
Yeah. I convinced him. I'm like, dude, just do it. So,
Yeah.
that's an easy cosplay. Boom. Beard,
Yeah.
hood,
You're good to go.
a little kid
Yeah.
Little kid bow that's like this big.
Because otherwise they'll just take it away from me.
Yeah, that's true.
Pew pew.
Nick,
No compound bones in the.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Nick did Daredevil. When,
He did? Yeah,
that's
when
right.
Netflix came out, he
That's
did it.
right. That was a
good.
really
Yeah, he and I
good
have a
one.
great picture because
Yeah.
I was
right.
I was
That's
Natasha.
right.
Remember
Yep.
that?
Yeah, that was cool. I loved
Yeah,
that.
was a cool one.
I have to give a shout out because when we talk about Daredevil, I have to give a shout out to my boy Peter Shinkota. He played Nobu, and he's a friend of mine, and he's an awesome dude. And
All right.
that was a great character.
Tell him you gave him a shout out. Make sure he listens to the podcast.
Okay, I will.
And
I will.
tells
I'll
all
tell
his
him.
friends about it.
I'll tell Peter, please have your friends.
He'll listen. Tell Charlie too.
Tell Charlie too. Yeah, I met Charlie Cox last year at ToyCon
Oh, okay.
and or at Normal, whatever, amazing. And
Normal con.
at Normal Con, and we talked to
Thanks.
yeah, Normal Con. Ew. Okay, no wait, hold on. So, bringing it back to Japan. So they do a convention there where everyone dresses up as like the most normal things. Like it'll be woman waiting for her ticket at the train station, or guy in infomercial who dropped his water.
That's called go outside.
But it's like super clever and funny, and it's for people who like aren't comfortable doing a full cos. It's really funny. You
wow.
have to look it up. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but
funny.
it's pretty much Normal Con. Like, yeah,
Normal con.
Yeah.
Well,
That's great.
boom.
curious.
See?
You piqued my curiosity on a lot of things tonight.
Yeah, really.
Web history is going to look kind of odd.
We'll have to figure
Yay.
out.
Heads up.
We'll have to do a VTS cosplay of something. I don't know.
There you
We'll
go.
have to figure it out.
Do it.
We can,
Rob's like, I just want my Boba
Pressure.
Fett.
3 letters and a shield.
Boom.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So smart. You'll
I'm the
V.
V.
you just sit there like that the whole podcast, just with your arms up like YMCA.
What about Charlie?
So oh yeah, so I met him and we talked. You know, I was like, hey, we have a friend in common, and we talked about that and blah blah blah. And then I just saw him again on Broadway last month. He's doing a play with Tom Hiddleston, so it's like Marvel on Broadway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was pretty crazy to
Yeah.
sit there. I mean, I was first row. They were literally like right there.
Wow.
It was nuts. I was like, this is surreal.
That's cool.
But it was amazing, and they were both amazing, and I saw Charlie after, and we talked again, and he's a super sweet guy. So, but yeah, Peter, I love you. You know that. Nobu for life. Yeah.
They did Marvel on Broadway, didn't they? Spider-Man, something about the dark.
Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Yeah.
Turn off the dark.
Yeah.
Didn't
that
go
long?
great.
Didn't go too well, no.
All right.
I think it was a little too early. So they could probably do that.
Right?
now.
They could do it
They
now.
could do
for
a Cirque.
sure.
They could do a
Maybe,
Cirque
yeah.
show, Marvel Cirque show, no problem. No.
Oh, easy.
Well, have you ever seen Marvel live? Like the
Yeah,
kids?
yeah. I took the
It's
kids to
actually,
that.
that's pretty cool.
Is it
For
on
kids
ice?
shows. No,
No.
thank God it's not.
No.
Marvel on ice.
Oh my God, they always put everything on ice.
Yeah.
It would make it way more interesting if they were
I
trying
guess,
to fight
yeah,
on
that's
ice.
true. Yeah.
No ice
It's
skates,
like,
just
man.
on ice. With flat shoes.
That's fun.
Good luck, guys.
Only when it's losing steam, put it on ice.
Yeah.
We've severed from Disney. Put it on ice.
Put it on ice. Game of Thrones on ice.
Game of Thrones on ice.
Yep.
It's over.
They kept saying winter was coming.
Yeah,
There you go. All right. Well, cool. I think that's
I think,
that about does it.
all right.
Thanks, Rob.
Let's let these guys out of here. Anything else you'd like to say? Any more shout outs you'd like to give? Where can people find you if they want to find you?
Yeah,
or
all
would
that
you
good
rather
stuff.
remain anonymous?
Yes, please don't find me. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't look for me.
My Instagram, my nerdy Instagram is Sin City Fangirl, all spelled the right way. And also, we didn't really touch on Harry Potter a lot, but I'm a
Yeah.
huge Harry Potter nerd. And I have an alter ego. Her name is Callista Flame, Kalysta Flame. And I release wizard rock music under that name.
yeah. Wait, we got to talk about the Wizard Rock. Wait a minute.
It
I
is
called this thing off too soon.
It is super cool.
Oh,
it is super
thank
cool,
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah
Yeah.
it's really cool.
So rock, the genre is called rock, WROCK, so wizard rock. And it's been around for years and years, and there are a lot of great bands like Harry and the Potters, Draco and the Malfoys. Yeah, and they usually write original music.
Neville and the Longbottom?
I'm sure. Tonks and the Oars, like, yeah.
I
I don't want to know where that's going.
got nothing.
Something about snitches, but I
Yeah,
couldn't come up
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
Stitches get stitches.
One of the bands does throw out snitch witches during their show. It's
wow.
it's a sandwich. Yeah. So
Delicious.
but yeah, so a lot of them write their own music, like original songs based on Harry Potter and the Wizarding World. But my take was that I write parody songs, kind of Weird Al style
I love it.
parody
That's awesome.
songs with Harry Potter lyrics. So my first one that I recorded and released is called Horcrux, and it's Ed Sheeran's Photograph. But it's all about all the Horcruxes, and it's sung from Voldemort's point of view. So,
I think that's the one that I heard. That's really cool.
thank
That
you.
was really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I got to perform at not LeakyCon. I'm hoping to perform at LeakyCon next year. I performed at LeviosaCon, and I have like some songs waiting to
It's
come out.
Leviosa.
LeviosaCon, yes.
And I'm hoping LeakyCon is Harry Potter and not like some.
Suddenly,
Okay, people depends.
it's as in Leaky Cauldron.
Some urinary
Okay.
tract problem.
Yeah.
That's right next to
Sweeping
normal
abscesses
con.
or something. What the?
Normal con, leaky con. No.
Wow,
It's like
that's
the leaky
crazy.
cauldron.
So
But yeah.
when you perform that, are you cosplaying or are you more bounding when you do that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
I mean, I'm not really playing a character per se.
Right.
I'm more kind of just bounding,
Oh, cool.
as Callista Flame.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have a backstory other than she was a Slytherin and now she's a singer.
Oh.
So it's kind of me, really. But I do dress up. My mom made me this gorgeous, like, long coat cape that's green with a standing up collar.
Oh,
It's
very cool.
Yeah, very epic. But yeah, so I got to perform like 15 songs, and it's super fun, and everyone loved it, and it was really fun to do, and it really, it really tests your knowledge as a nerd.
Yeah.
To be like, how many things can I remember from the books that I can put into these songs? And man, I remembered more than I thought. I was like, all right, nerd, you still got it.
That's
You've
crazy.
inspired me. I'm gonna form a rap group. And my first song's gonna be "Snitch Please."
Do it, do it. They'll love it.
I like it.
They'll love it. Snitches get stitches.
Where there are
I just-
videos.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
go
I just
ahead.
when he said that, I just envisioned all the goblins
Yeah.
with the gold chain.
Okay, like just think about it. Like,
Tracksuit.
dude,
They're just throwing
Yeah.
down because they have that like mean look
Snitch,
anyways.
Yeah. The guy,
Yeah.
Dobby just running around like,
Yeah.
sup?
Snitch, please. Look at these.
Oh,
All right, I'm done.
oh no.
Done.
Oh yeah.
What have I done?
Run with that, man. Run
Create a
with that.
monster.
Wow. All right.
Sorry, you were.
Videos of these songs available.
There, so like I said, the download is available on Bandcamp, and it's free if you want to download it. But you can also send some money, just as like it's any amount
To be cool.
to be cool if you want to. So that song is available, and it's professionally recorded. You can put it on your phone and listen to it. And then I don't know if I posted any videos. There are probably
Okay.
videos on my Facebook, my Callista Flame Facebook. So if you add me on there, then there are videos on there as well. Cool. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Please get your Harry Potter on.
Sweet.
Madison is all about Harry Potter. So there we go.
Yes, start them young. Shut up, Muggle.
Shut
He's
your
a
muggle mouth.
Muggle.
Shut your muggle mouth. That's all I've
Likes
done.
you.
Harry Potter starts, I go.
Okay, he went to the midnight
Doesn't sound
premiere of
familiar.
at least 2 of the movies. So
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
He was there.
I
Yeah,
believe somebody
yeah.
else is in the same department.
I love Harry Potter actually.
I know,
I
but
do sleep a lot.
as far as
Yeah, there you go.
movies,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
During
you.
the movies, I
Read
believe
the books. Read the
Yeah.
books.
It would take me 4 years to get through one of those books.
Yep.
Do you read slow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No.
I have to reread things over and over again. So, yeah.
It would
no
be a
way.
minute for
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
for like the last book. Yeah.
Sounds like me, dude. I gotta go back like a chapter and go,
What happened?
why is he standing here? He was just sleeping.
That's just because you're old and you forget things.
Yes, it's true. Can't
So
see
these two
this.
are related. If you
you haven't picked up on
guess that, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
not just strangers in the same room insulting each other.
I mean, I would absolutely insult a stranger, but yes, he's also my father.
Yes.
And Tommy's work can be seen at Grouchy John's on Maryland Parkway, among probably other places. Where can people find you if they
Also
want
on one
to?
at Charleston.
Yeah, I don't know if I have murals up there, but I don't have. There's I show my work on Instagram at Tommy Vinci. You can see I always post whatever I do for the most part on there. And if you want anything done, you contact me directly and I'll do it because I do not keep stock. What
Nope.
you see, if you saw it, it's probably gone already. So I will.
And
I
I'm
will
his
create
nerd
it.
advisor.
Oh,
You know.
nice.
Yes.
Oh, for when he's at, because Tommy's also comes to the cons and does things there too. So
Yeah, so I have to be like, he'll be like, who is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Say,
okay.
okay, so they're this person. Or someone will come by and be like, hey, can you paint this?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sure. And then they leave. He's
Madison's
like, what
like,
is
can you do me
it?
an Eevee?
And
What's
he's
an
like,
Eevee?
What's an Eevee?
What's an Eevee?
I'm like, Dad, shh, I'll tell you. It's fine.
But a cherished one. Who's it? Carly?
Yeah, from the movie,
Is that
you
her
know?
name?
Yeah, with the button eyes, like Coraline.
Coraline.
Oh, Coraline.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell is that? I have no idea.
It's a great book. Great book. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Another book.
He is a
I won't read
subpar nerd.
it. Yeah, I'm like a peripheral nerd.
He's like
Oh.
into sports, you know,
Yeah.
which is its own nerdy
Yeah,
fandom.
we don't talk about that
Yeah.
stuff here.
It's also true.
Yes, it is.
Too
Sports
funny.
are their own.
It's a bunch of dudes dressed up in other dudes' clothes with their faces painted. Like, what is different
Yeah. So there you go.
from what I
See?
do and what they do? You
That's
know?
true. Just
saying.
a different kind of cosplay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's just beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, there's beer at cons.
Yes.
This is true.
And at the after parties.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, we haven't hit one of those yet.
Well,
And Caffeine and Canvas, people can catch those once a month or so.
Yeah, we do them usually once a month.
If you want to come down and paint and
Yeah,
have
we do
some
painting
coffee.
class. You get coffee. You get a dessert, and we have fun. It's 2 hours of paint and
Caffeine.
and it's usually something nerdy related.
It's always something nerdy.
It is,
Yes.
Except
yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
Golden Knights, but that's nerdy to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sports
yeah,
nerds.
once
Sports
again.
nerds,
Sports
yeah.
nerds,
Yeah, but it's always somebody that's relevant,
Yeah, there's
Jack
always something.
Skellington or
Boba Fett, we did.
Boba
once.
Yeah,
Fett.
you did do
We've done
Boba.
the Grinch. We've done Stormtroopers. We've done.
And even if you don't think you can paint, you can.
That's
you can
right.
do it. It's
a lot
pretty
of fun.
amazing.
It's fun. Yeah.
Check it out, Grouchy
We've done
John's.
it once.
Grouchy
It's
John's,
good.
yeah.
Yep,
I've done it twice now.
that's right.
Yeah.
I saw. I
Yay.
witnessed this.
It's hanging somewhere, yeah.
There's actual evidence.
That's awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, if anyone else has anything else, I guess we're gonna.
Yeah, so we're gonna let these guys go, and then we'll come back afterwards and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
should still
But-
say probably goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo.
What do you mean? Say goodbye?
Yeah, I mean, we should still probably say our salutations.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Salutations.
All right.
Pulling out the big words.
I guess
That's a
so.
lot of syllables.
Well, we're just gonna pause the camera.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave, and then we're gonna come right back. So
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
no goodbyes.
I was just saying.
Goodbyes.
No
Oh, to
goodbyes.
see you later.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
you gotta get
all right. We'll say goodbye to them. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah,
Just take my gun and go.
I was saying, yeah. I mean, but thanks for coming.
Thank you,
by.
Tommy. Thank you, Kaci.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
It was
Appreciate
fun.
it, yeah.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank you.
Anytime. Anytime.
See you guys around. All right, and like I said, we'll be back in one
We
moment.
are.
All right. So we are back. We're missing someone, but it was great to have him here.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun. She's a great guest, so hopefully we'll have her back again. That was Kaci, and make sure you check her out on all of her social media and stuff. You will not be disappointed.
And Tommy too.
Yeah, Tommy,
Tommy
too.
too.
Yep.
Yeah, does some fun art, lots of pop culture stuff.
Yep. Cool people, very nice people.
Absolutely.
I just wanted when you guys were talking about the music thing, I didn't know anything about all that stuff about the Harry Potter rock and all that.
The first time I was in Grouchy John's, and I think Tommy had shared the song with me, and that was the first time I had ever heard of anything like that either. And I was just
Yeah.
blown away because I knew that she had sung before, but that was the first time I had heard her, and yeah, she's top notch. She's
Wow.
really good. So
And who knew that there were people out there making Harry Potter themed rock and
Right.
roll?
You
And
just-
obviously a lot of.
I guess so. You just never know.
I mean, Star Wars rock, of course. You know that's gonna be out there.
It makes me wonder. Now we got to go look at all the different genres. There's
Do you
got to be.
remember that
Star
Hannah
Wars
and Eva
metal.
did a Harry Potter rap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in
Oh,
there.
they beat me to it.
They
There's
did.
already Harry Potter.
No,
rap.
I think you should still go with your rap group.
Snitch,
I think
please.
I think that's a good
I'll
one.
find the link and share it with you.
Oh yeah. They'll be thrilled with that, I'm sure.
Man, there's so many of those references you can do. 99 Problems, but the snitch ain't one.
Yeah,
That was actually our team name when we did Harry Potter quiz.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
99 problems, but a snitch ain't one.
Oh, wow. That's
True
funny.
story.
Too funny. All right, so we're just going to wrap things up here. We're going to do our, what you bring to the table and talk about some of the current issues that are heavily present on our mind.
And heavenly present.
I guess so. There
You got heavenly present on your mind.
We won't go there.
No. Right on.
All right.
I'm super stoked about The Mandalorian. By the time people are hearing this podcast,
They will have seen it.
they'll have. In fact, they probably won't even be listening to this podcast because they'll be watching The Mandalorian again.
Hopefully,
But
hopefully.
So I'm super stoked. We're recording Monday,
Right.
So that airs tomorrow.
I'm just so nervous about something happening, like
like with the
everybody
everybody on the
download
planet.
the app or whatever. I don't know. I'm still ambiguous as to how it
How-
all works, but I'm assuming you've got to do some kind of app or something like that on because we're going to be watching it on the PS4, so we're going to have to.
You'll have to
download something
the
from
app
there.
or something.
Yeah,
I
Should
was
be
wondering about
available
that.
by 9 a.m. tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah.
Possibly even
Yeah.
earlier.
Just gonna ask
that's
that.
the
I'm like,
thing,
does it
I'm
start
not-
at midnight tonight? Because I might.
Oh.
Tuesday might be a.
Yeah.
If you look, it
starts
gives
at
you the
midnight.
hours. If you go to their website, it gives you the actual hours.
Did you see that it was 9 a.m.?
I read that in one of the articles
Oh,
saying
okay.
that it would be 9 a.m. or earlier.
At this point, it won't matter to you guys because you've already seen it. But we're excited.
Yeah,
One-
that's
one
true. We're
episode.
debating something that
We don't need to get the hours correct because they're already on it.
They're already on it. Exactly.
But yeah, so I'll wait until later in the day, and then I guess we'll have to download the D Plus app.
Yeah.
And then I guess I have to wait for you to get home from work before we watch it.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, wait all day. I don't know if you're
gonna
gonna be able to do
excited.
it.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
exciting.
And it's only one episode a week. They're not dumping
not.
all 8.
Right.
It's not
Right.
bingeable.
But there's so many other cool things that are launching. I mean, the animated series alone, all of those great Marvel series from the 90s and 80s, all those cartoons, the X-Men, all the different ones.
Even X-Men are in now because
Yep.
of the Fox merger.
Yeah, it's great. So it'll be cool.
Is there any other Star Wars content besides the movies and the Mandalorian? Is there new stuff? I haven't done that
I mean,
don't
much.
think
they
so,
have
yeah.
Star Wars Rebels and like all those shows that came out. I mean, I'd
guess
imagine all the
I
cartoons
guess you could
and
binge all that
Resistance
stuff.
will be on there because I still have not caught up on all the Rebels
Yeah.
because it's hard for me unless I buy them. Like I have to buy seasons and stuff like that. And
Right.
Disney Plus has been coming out for like the last 2 years, so I've been putting it off. So.
Yeah.
Well, and I got lost. I was watching Rebels and Clone Wars, and then
Oh.
I took a little hiatus, and I
Right.
just could never get back into it.
Okay.
Or I'd try to watch an episode, and I'd be like, I think I already saw this one.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, you know, I lost my place so many times I gave up on it. But they were honestly, Rebels and Clone Wars were both great series. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Clone Wars. I don't know. I've watched Resistance too.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up on Resistance. Some of those episodes are just kind of throwaway. I can tell you.
Resistance?
Yes.
I think, Resistance.
But I mean, you could say that too for Clone Wars. Like, there's some of them, like, I'm not going to watch an episode about R2-D2 and C-3PO. I don't care.
jerk.
I'm just
What's
saying.
your problem?
I watched it, but I'm just like, I don't care. Like,
Those are the thread that hold the whole trilogy together. Those
I know, but it was
those
just a
two.
those are
filler.
droids.
They're just filler episodes, you know? Just like, it's not part of the story arc. So,
I'm sorry I called your name.
and I've been called worse, right? Let's just face those facts. But those are, I mean, other Star Wars content that you can.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always episodes, you know, but I started Resistance, and I think I couldn't get into it because it seemed a little too, it was too kiddie.
It is.
Whereas the other series, like, man, Clone Wars got dark.
Yeah.
Like, real dark.
Well, I mean,
for a while.
I believe that all of them do that though. They start out really kiddie and
Yeah.
friendly, and then they have to face some dark issues.
And Fark.
And Fark.
They have to Fark.
I'm putting them together. Have to face some dark issues. I mean, like, because they're into the first season, like, I'm not gonna give anything away, but
Yeah.
those are 2 great episodes at the end of Resistance. Like, I was like, and it leads right into the Last Jedi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just it relates directly to that, and so this is all going on during the first 2 movies. So, or these last 2 movies that came out. So
Nice. Very cool.
interesting.
Also, that's kind of one of the things that's been on my mind, obviously, with Mandalorian, and there's a whole bunch of new action figures coming out for it, and have you seen they leaked a picture of the heavy infantry Mandalorian?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I have not, Rob.
He
I
looks-
have not.
He looks badass. Oh,
looks
sorry,
pretty
that
cool.
was a spoiler. I just spoiled Frank.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I got till tomorrow. I gotta just barely make it through.
It's a toy, though. Who knows if it'll be in the show or not?
Right. Yeah. That's also true.
Well, I mean, it's he's the Mandalorian.
Right.
Why would there be another?
I'm sure there's other rogue
Other
Mandalorians or
Mandos.
whatever. Yeah,
So
that'd be cool.
and then also this week coming out, I think Friday is Friday the 15th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jedi Fallen Order, the new game, the new big
Boop, 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 boop,
If you-
boop.
title from.
If you're just watching or just listening,
Yeah,
we have 2 of the.
Rick's
these are-
waving his figures around.
Yeah, well, there's 2 characters.
Wildly.
I don't know what's this dude's name.
Cal
Cal
Kestis,
Kestis
How?
and second sister from
Inquisitor.
the Jedi Fallen Order, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. Watched a trailer for the game today, and it just looks badass.
It does. It looks great.
really
Graphically, it looks. So you've seen that.
I watched
trailer.
the initial trailer because I mean, obviously, I need to see if I want it because I've seen
Yeah.
some Star Wars games. I'm just like, nope,
Yeah.
no way. So I watched it and I was immediately like, oh my god, I haven't seen anything like this since
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Yeah, it looks
Since
amazing.
the Force was unleashed twice.
That was a great. Oh, I love that
It was
game.
a great storyline.
Yeah. I wish
Still
they would
haven't
make
played
that
that.
guy as a 6-inch.
That would have been good. Yeah, that would be great.
But
But
he's
it's not
not
part of
can-
the.
I know it's
he's
not
not part of
canon
canon
now.
anymore. I have him in the 3.75 here, but
From wait.
they came out with
They
him.
came with
out
4-inch
them, like-
figures, yeah.
and I got them. Like I saw it, and it was like at Toys R Us on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you how long ago I got it.
Because they even
Force Unleashed.
Yes,
Yeah, they even came out with
really
like
cool
a
figures.
couple of the ships,
Mhm.
and then
I
a
knew they had
couple of the
Shadows of the
captains
Empire
and stuff.
figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I wish they would make it canon so that we could, even if it's not canon, they can still make a 6-inch figure. Hasbro's not.
It's Disney. Sorry.
No, it's Hasbro. Hasbro, come on. We want to make some money.
They would from us, but
You know people will buy it.
you know the pressure from Disney.
Yeah, that's true.
And I brought you all to see.
That's cool.
Or to hear, if you're just listening, my dragon.
This
Oh,
was
look at
scrap
that.
This thing is $10. This is a Mega Constructs Drogon. It's the little baby one, not the huge
Yeah.
10,000 piece or whatever that thing is. But it's got little rubbery wings. They're really cool, and his mouth opens. He's got a little fiery deal, and I just think it's really a cool looking little dragon. What do you guys think? Comes in his
like
own
it.
egg.
Comes in its own container. I like it.
Yeah. Do you like it better than Lego's dragons?
You know, should we really go down that path?
It's a
again?
completely
All
different,
right.
yeah.
It's totally different.
It's different.
What's funny
It's
too
very
is
cool.
compared
They
to
are.
the other dragons that they make, the Game of Thrones ones, they look more like a dragon and less like a buildable dragon, because they have those other egg dragons that they
Yeah,
have.
yeah. I'm not crazy about those.
Yeah,
ones.
those are more. But
Yeah.
that one looks
It
more.
looks more like a figure than it does
Right.
like a minifig.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Mega fig.
Yeah.
it's a cool design. It's got a lot of scaly details, and it's got a different texture to it than
Right.
most of it. It's like kind of a little bit rubbery.
Are the spines there?
Those are rubber.
Those are rubber
Little
too.
rubber. Yeah. Tails rubber. $10 at Target, and then now Target's all the time they're putting out these coupons like 25% off or $10 off
Yeah,
and all that. So I get 25% off. Paid $7 for them.
There you go.
So
Very cool.
yeah.
So I got this dude.
Count
They had,
Kestis?
yeah, they had 10% off, and then I text the little thing for the 25% coupon.
So you found him at Target?
Yeah.
Is he the only one of the new
Yeah.
ones they had?
Well, they had Ray, and then they had another Jawa that somebody had returned. Unless you returned yours.
I did.
Yeah, so that's back
That's
out.
the one. All right,
It's
so
back out on the shelf.
I was at Target. I found 2 off-world Jawas boxes, the Black Series, with regular Jawas in them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, there's 2 of them. This obviously is some kind of a packaging fluke. It happened at
Right.
the same time. I'm going
Yeah.
to buy one of them, and it's going to be, a
Yeah.
package variant. So I posted a picture, like, all excited, and
Yeah.
people were like, bro, that's a repack. Somebody
Yeah,
bought
someone
that.
repacked it.
I'm like, what's wrong with people?
I know, yeah. Like,
Come on, man. So you can get a Jawa for $12. You pay
Yeah.
$20 for the other one. Is it worth selling your soul for $8 to swap a Jawa out at Target? Come on, man.
You should see what they do with the Marvel Legends. It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous. That's big. They'll take
Swaps?
Build-A-Figure pieces and they'll put like something else in there, and
Really?
they'll take accessory. Yeah, it's ridiculous. People post stuff like that online all the time.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. It's like, seriously, people.
I actually felt bad returning it because I was like, and I didn't say anything because I'm like,
Yeah.
if I tell them this is a repack, they're going to say,
Right.
well, maybe they'll say, well, we can't take it back.
Right, yeah.
So, and then I'm stuck with a $20
Right.
Jawa, not even an off-world. So anyways, I returned it, and then you saw it
Yeah.
on the shelf.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they do a
it's
really
back there.
nice job re-taping stuff. I couldn't
The
even
effort
tell.
that people do, it's
Yeah.
like, seriously, just
Isn't your time worth?
buy the figure
Yeah,
and
just-
move on with your life. I mean, seriously, people. But whatever.
Yep. So
Time's
anyway,
worth
don't get it.
Time's worth the $5,
yeah.
I guess.
So
All right, what are you bringing to the table, Frank? Another?
I got a few things, not too much, but I went to the swap meet with Rick this weekend.
Yeah, the swap meet was fun.
I got a He-Man
Hallmark
ornament.
That's
Keepsake.
fantastic.
I have the power moment.
What year is that from? Is that recent?
I don't know. I really didn't check it out. The second I saw it, I was like,
Date's always on them, Frank.
you know,
I don't know. Aren't they always on
you would
Hallmark
think so.
ornaments? 2016.
I don't know. That's too expensive
so-
for my blood.
The $3
Hallmark?
figure.
No, when you actually buy it from Hallmark, though.
No,
They
no,
are,
no.
man.
Oh,
They're-
right here. It's right
they're
on the top.
super
2016.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. See, that's what I said.
So I got that, and I got a bunch of. Actually, they had micro machines, like just a lot of these mini micro machine figures. So for the cool little builds I do, I can use these guys.
Yeah,
for
they're
it.
great little tiny diorama figures,
Yeah,
and they're
And so-
kind of pricey. Like when you look for them on
they are,
eBay.
and like when you need one specific thing. So if you see a lot of them, I always just like, what's $10 for?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Like I'd probably get 3 of them for $10. This says 30 on it, but
I was gonna say.
I did not spend.
I was
No,
gonna
I
say,
said
you
there's no
didn't
way
pay
you
for
would
it.
have spent 30.
There's no way. I mean, but
But there's probably about 30 of them in there.
Yeah.
oh, easily. I mean, they even got one Jar Jar
Ooh,
Binks.
Jar
that,
Jar.
no Jar Jar. Sweet.
Yeah.
Misa
But
no like.
you can use it for fun stuff like this. I got 2 action figures of myself now.
Yeah, it's like
Found a tiny Porkins, and Porkins is holding his Porkins. And then this
Porkins is holding his
it too.
Porkins.
Yeah,
Easy. We got 3 generations of Porkins.
you got an
here.
Inception here,
Yeah.
An Inception.
Another
That's
Inception.
You have
Oh my
to
gosh.
tune into the video for that one.
yeah, for sure. But I also got these because our friend Ross, he does a lot of casting and told me to look out for stuff to cast.
Former show guest.
I was
Former
gonna say, you
show
might
guest.
remember Ross from
Yes.
a few shows back.
So I found those
Infinity.
yes, the Disney Infinity figures that go to the games. And again, we're looking at $2-3 thing. And if Ross is casting, if he can cast this would be awesome. I'd love to put one on as a hood ornament on my car. But I bought like I had a few Chewbacca's, and then they had an Obi-Wan, and I was like, oh, cool. So
That would be a cool hood ornament.
right, I mean, he's holding his bowcaster just like this. And,
They're cool sculpts. I think they're
Right.
they're nice little figures. The Boba Fett one was really cool.
oh yeah, he's really awesome.
These Disney Infinity. So they've the chips obviously whatever's in there, so you can
Yeah,
play with it if
I
you
could
want.
play if I wanted to, but again, for $2 or $3. I mean, I already have.
Yeah.
I probably already have 2 Chewbacca's already. Well, literally here on the table. So, but I mean, if somebody hadn't gifted me one already, I'm sure at home that I have in a box. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought these would be like a cool addition, and then we'll pull out everything else. But one thing that me and Rick got this week was another Lock and Key comic. A little one shot came out.
That was the top of the stack this week.
Yes, it was on top of the stack, but I wanted to briefly talk about it to him, like really briefly.
Yep, that was the top of the stack
Because
this week.
I know me and Rick, we barely talked about this, but it was really good. It's straight up Lock and Key like feel.
Patty's just finished.
Oh, you have? You just
Yeah.
finished?
Last night, I
you get-
finished book 6.
Did you read the other one shot yet?
No?
No, not
Okay,
yet. No.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's one other one shot that came out, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
About a year and a half, maybe.
It just
maybe,
feels like
yeah.
forever.
I
No, it
was
had to
all
be because I was
choked
still
up
at
the end.
French
Okay,
when I
maybe.
got it, so it's been out for a little while.
Love the ending. I was all choked up.
But it's great little side stories, and this one came out, and I was a little disappointed because I feel like the cover gives away a lot of the story for me anyway, because not so much for Rick, but
I have no
I
idea
didn't.
looking
Yeah,
at
I
it
don't-
what
yeah.
the story
well,
is.
the minute I started reading it, I looked into it a lot. Like, I don't know, I love Lock and Key, and I know the way that their story, like, some of the covers you see immediately, I'm like, I can predict what's going to happen. But it's still a great storyline, and it also looked like it might be more of a preview than an actual just deep storyline. Like, I
Like
won't
they're
give
leading to something else.
Yes.
Yes,
Hopefully.
like
yeah.
I don't want to give anything away because Patty's going to read it soon, but like I'm hoping something's going to come of this. But
Yeah.
anyway, art, same time, great as usual.
Mm-hmm.
As always, story fits right in
Yep.
to the rest of the Lock and Key family.
All right.
But that was really cool.
So what's the spoiler? The bone?
Just the cover in general, I take a lot from the story. So like when I started reading it, I just remembered the front cover, and there we
it is.
go. Wouldn't be one if.
Yep. I was just disappointed because the only thing I was disappointed with it was they billed it as also having some information about the TV series.
Yes.
And there was nothing in there about the TV series. So again, it makes me wonder, okay, is this TV series going to happen or not? Because they've been talking about this TV series for a long time.
For years, because they've gone through several production companies, and like they've talked about Netflix, they've talked about Hulu, they've talked about like go down the line, and they've talked about it.
And I thought IDW was a company of Disney, so maybe
Oh, really?
you know,
yeah. So I thought
that
they
would
were
be-
connected with them somehow, but
you know, that would be a company that could pull it off. Because I mean, it's gonna need a lot of special effects.
yep.
So
sure.
I mean, they're a company that could pull it off like that. So
Yes. Yes. It's
IDW
from
is
Disney
Disney?
Publishing.
well,
That's
maybe
what I
that's
thought.
where they're
Yep.
pocketing it for.
So maybe that would
IDW
work.
Disney.
That could be the future.
Because IDW also publishes Star Wars comics now too.
Yes.
And Star Wars were previously just Marvel, but now IDW also.
Don't they do the kid line or something?
Yeah, they do some other. Yep. So now it's.
Or the young adult?
Yep. Very
I
cool,
did
but it
not
was
know
good.
that.
It was cool.
It was good to have them back. So
I don't know. Patti has a couple things, but she's. Are you up for it?
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know how well this will come across, so I may just have to give the topic, and Robert knows my thoughts on it. Did any of you happen to see The Little Mermaid live?
I watched about a whole 3 minutes of that before I did.
No, I heard it wasn't that good, but
Most god-awful production that I've ever seen that should have really been something great, and not even really The Little Mermaid live. It was like The Little Mermaid movie with karaoke thrown in.
that's what someone had said, that there
Yeah,
was just some
so-
live numbers thrown in.
My
And
wife-
the sets were spectacular.
They really
Oh,
were.
really? Oh, wow.
Amazing. The costumes and everything. But it was like those were only like intermissions between the cartoon movie. It was like they were just interspersed. They'd throw a song in, then you'd
Yeah.
watch a cartoon for a half an hour, then they'd throw a song in.
I couldn't believe we were watching it and that this was real.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I kept thinking, no, this must be, because we turned it on a little bit late, and I thought this must be leading up to it. This is like the
Right.
pre.
Because I turned it on and it was just, it said Little Mermaid Live and the
Yeah.
guide. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's go check this out.
Right.
It
And
was
I'm
the
like,
movie.
Well, wait, maybe they're showing the movie before
Before
they
the-
show
So that's what I
Mermaid
said. I
Live.
said, or we just missed it and it's
Yeah.
over, and now they're showing the movie, and then all of a sudden, boom! It cuts to
Right.
know
Ursula.
Queen
and,
Latifah is
Yeah.
singing, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh wow.
And then we were glued horrifically for like the
It was
next
like a train wreck.
hour
You had to
and a
keep
half.
watching.
See what
And the
was happening.
ending, like everything important in the story happened on screen in the movie.
in the cartoon.
Right. In the
That was
cartoon.
literally, they only went live
Yeah.
for the singing numbers.
See, it's funny because we turned it on. We just turned our TV on, and
Yeah.
so he's like, "Oh my God, is the Little Mermaid on ABC?"
Yeah.
She goes, "I think this is like my dream come true today." And
Oh wow.
so we started watching it, and then there was a cut scene for a song that was never in the movie in the first place, and
Yeah.
then we were like,
Sorry,
"Okay, we're
Celia.
not doing this."
So they did throw in some of the songs from the Broadway show, but I have to be honest, I've seen it now twice, the musical version. The songs are forgettable. They're not great. Sorry to offend any fans of it. But having seen it at the Smith Center here in town, and having seen it at the Henderson Pavilion, and seeing it at a school, I was figuring one of those three would be what we would be watching on television.
Yeah.
And it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Or then, like, when the chef, John Stamos, was doing his Les Poissons number, the audience was participating and they all had crab hands. So the audience is doing this little crab hand thing, and it
Yeah.
was just like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right.
It sounds like a Wiggle show or something like you'd see
Yeah.
for little kids, like Disney on Ice. Be like, "Yeah, all right, pass out the crab hands."
I was so
That's
disappointed.
Yeah.
It's a beloved, it's one of our favorite.
Yeah, we love Little Mermaid.
Right.
The casting was a little, Queen Latifah was great. Shaggy,
And we love Shaggy.
You know,
It was
Yeah.
not.
Sebastian. It just seemed lackluster. He seemed like he was.
He
phoning
was
it in.
wearing, he didn't look anything like a crab. He was in a red leather. It looked like Michael Jackson
was
from
Disney
Thriller
bounding.
or from Bad. It's just this red leather
Eddie Murphy
outfit.
from Delirious.
Yes, yes. It was awful. And the guy who was Prince Eric was just bland.
No personality.
He's easy on the eyes and he could sing, but he had no chemistry, with no presence.
Yeah.
And honestly, the young woman who was Ariel, she was Moana. She did the singing and talking for Moana, which was great. This just, I don't know, just was not right. So I was aggravated.
Yeah, it's like I was tripped out by the fact that they did it like half and half or like 75-25.
It was really 75-25.
I mean, they haven't done that with any of their other live productions. They've all, and it's like, you could have done it. You can't do fish. You can't do under the water. I mean, like I said, the sets were beautiful and spectacular.
Maybe they're breaking the bank in their time all on Disney Plus coming out.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
Bad excuse.
I know. I'm not saying it.
So that was disappointing. We had heard about it and thought, well, maybe it'll be good. But I had no idea they were doing it like just showing the cartoon. Imagine being in, you're go to see a show.
Yeah.
And it's just a big screen and you just like see, you just watch the same cartoon you've seen 15 times.
Right.
And then they come out and sing, and then you watch some more cartoons.
It's just
And
the
it was
least
lame.
live musical I've ever seen
That's
done.
funny.
And then we were watching some trailers. I'll take over for
Thank
you. I'm
you.
sorry. The New Mutants. Have you guys seen that trailer? Well, I
Yeah.
know you haven't. Did
But
we talk about
is it coming out now? Or
Yeah, I mean,
April.
it's supposed to come out for like the what? Like
April
guys,
now.
how long? Like 2
yeah,
years?
but I mean, is that confirmed? Because they've pulled it. So many.
It was going to be this past summer.
Yeah, but now that they've acquired Fox,
Like, is
there's
it going
still
to fit
some
into their
speculation
story
if
arc?
there's still if it's actually going to be released or not.
God, for the love of God.
Yeah.
I'm
So I mean,
serious.
I know that some theaters actually have the posters up, but the talk online is they're still not sure whether or not it's actually going to be released.
These New Mutants are going to be in their 30s by the time they come
Well,
out.
I know, yeah, and they should have released it
Yeah,
because
forever.
it looked like a really good storyline.
It did.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be cool.
It was the first venture as a Marvel movie into the horror genre.
Yeah.
And then they went and revamped it and reshot a bunch of stuff to make it less horrific, from what I heard. And I don't know. There's so many rumors going on about that, but yeah.
And then speaking of odd horror juxtapositions, Fantasy Island. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah.
The movie
really?
from Blumhouse.
Oh wow.
Michael Pena stars as Mr. Rourke.
Oh okay.
And it's the same setup,
Yeah.
but
Who's Tattoo?
I did read something
Oh,
that
really?
said there may be a tattoo,
Oh wow.
Because he wasn't in the trailer.
Oh,
No.
Tattoo is the best.
but it's dark.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a horror movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Comes out
She told me about it, I'm like, wait.
Valentine's Day.
Fantasy Island is a
Yeah.
horror movie?
There's a Banana
Well,
Splits movie.
I was gonna
that's
say
out.
if they can turn Banana Splits into a horror movie, then they can turn Fantasy Island.
I
into
started
whatever.
watching it. I fell asleep.
Oh really?
I was
Yeah,
really
wasn't
tired, but I
even-
really wanted to watch it. and I'm
I
like,
wasn't even
"Oh."
gonna waste my time. That's too funny. Too funny.
So, yeah.
So Rick, what did you?
Oh, the only thing I brought a bunch of stuff, but I'm not gonna go through it. This is the big thing. Finally got my Havoc and Polaris 2-pack.
And it's really awesome.
It is. This is one of the Marvel 80-year celebration Marvel Legends multi-figure packs that have been coming out lately, and this is the Havoc and Polaris when they were members of X Factor. So this was one of my favorite comics when I was in high school. So this is my favorite versions of these two characters. So
You might be able to eventually make one of the old posters from the thing because you have all of them.
People
Like-
do it all. You look online, and
I bet-
people have recreated all of them because they've done the whole Jim Lee line of the X-Men from the 90s. X Factor will be completed soon because Guido is going to be one of the Build-A-Figures for this year. So when Guido comes out, then I think they'll have the whole, except for Wolfsbane, they don't have her in her X Factor thing, but you'll have pretty much the whole team, and you can do that. But I guess that's a big thing now in Marvel Legends when you're in all these groups. Everyone's like, oh, I hope Hasbro releases this figure and this figure so we can complete the team. So everybody wants to complete the team. So
Right? Why wouldn't
Hasbro
it?
is very happy to oblige.
So, are those in stores or are those hard to find?
Technically, they're not supposed. I don't know. It's so weird because they're not supposed to be released. I think until December or February or something like that. But all the specialty shops around here have it. I found this at Brad's. I know Big Bang had some last week, but he sold out of them right away. He posted it online, and people, that was sold out right away. But I know if you order through Hasbro Pulse, I think it ships in December or January or something like that. But I think people have been picking them up at GameStop too, so they're out there, and Brad's had it for a great price. It wasn't, too much more over retail, so that was cool.
Cool.
So I went there today and grabbed that. He posted it online, so I knew he had it. So I was like, all right, I'll go there.
GameStop's killing it lately too, man. Every time I walk in there, I end up buying something.
Yeah, they've got some good stuff going on. So.
Speaking of hard to find figures, Rick, you want to tell them that you found this weekend?
For what? Oh, Frank
After
was...
I've only stopped at every Walgreens in the entire...
We are still dry of Danny Moonstars.
I was going to
here.
say, did you find Danny?
Yeah, here at Las Vegas. I haven't found him in any Walgreens, and I hardly know of anyone that has. We went to the swap meet this past weekend, and there was a dude that had Marvel Legends there, and there she was hanging on the wall.
Wow.
And I was like, how much for Danny? He's like, oh, she's only $20. And if you look online, everyone else is trying to sell her for, 40, 50. Mm-hmm. They're trying to gouge the market. And I'm like, done. Like, so, yeah. So I got
what?
another...
I'm like, Rick, lower your voice.
So I got another Danny. I was like,
Nice.
Now I just need one more.
Yeah.
So I still need one more.
I'll still stop at these Walgreens.
Yeah.
So everybody keep looking for another Danny Moonstar.
I have an extra Emma if somebody wants to trade. An Emma Frost. Frank picked up another. We found one of those in the wild at
I
Walgreens.
actually
did
found, I found one Walgreens. They had 3 Emma Frost, and I was like, what? We had to go to another. We had to have somebody from another state get this.
Yeah, so if somebody out there needs an Emma and would like to trade, straight up trade for a Danny, I can do that.
There you go. Wheeling and dealing on the SquadCast here.
There you go.
And I'll trade a Luke Skywalker X-Wing for a Boba Fett, the San Diego Comic-Con,
Oh, okay.
plus a little cash maybe.
Yeah,
On your end.
that's right. Yeah, I was going to say
That Luke
because
is worth
that
a
Luke
lot.
is worth a lot. Yeah,
But I don't want Luke. I want that Boba Fett with the cool vintage
but you just got the
paint.
cool Luke too.
Which one?
I thought you didn't.
Oh,
You get the, yeah,
the Yavin.
Yes.
guy? Yeah, from
that
from
one's-
stupid GameStop
that was awesome.
again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a cool set. I should have brought that to show.
Yeah, you should have because that next one.
It's got a
Next
bunch
one.
of accessories. He's got his remote.
Can show it on the next
Show it on
episode.
the next one because that one is definitely something to bring to the table.
Right on. All right.
Cool. All right.
So our
well,
producer is telling us we're going way over time.
she's
Wrap it.
wrapping it.
So I think we shall
Like a
comply.
whirling dust devil back there.
And I apologize for my voice or lack of it. Thank you, dear listeners and watchers.
Right on.
All right. So, as always, thank you guys for listening or watching, whatever you do. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Check out our regular Facebook page for Top of the Stack. Check out our Instagram pages for Rob's photography and things like that. Any place you want to listen to us on a podcast, we are there. So just search for Vegas Toy Squad and you will find us.
Like us, comment, share it, subscribe, tell your friends. We appreciate it. Mm-hmm. We're here waiting. We want to talk to you.
There you go.
If you got something to say it. What's up?
2 things before we go. Comic-Con coming up this
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, that's right.
That's right.
We got
Comic-Con November
Events.
16th and 17th. I don't know. Is that this Saturday?
Yeah.
That's
16th
this Saturday,
and 17th.
right? And then the Heroes and Villains Ball the week after, I believe.
Yep.
November 23rd, right?
That's
Yep.
right. November 23rd, 8 p.m. at the
There you
Red
go.
Rock Casino.
All right. Nerdy
Perfect.
things to do in town.
Yep.
If you're looking for that kind of thing,
All right.
which you are.
Yeah.
So thanks again. And we are VTS and VTS is...
Out.